What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is 7:11 p.m. and I will be hanging out with you guys for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. We shall see. But yeah, so yeah, this will be a spoiler-filled chat. I tried to do a stream earlier today around like 1:30 p.m. or so, 1 o'clock p.m. and
Hi, Greedo.
and my daughter only.
So I can honestly say The Mandalorian was the best thing produced for the Star Wars franchise under Disney. I was blown away. Hope your wife and daughter are doing well, my friend.
MDX Cruz, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Give me 1 sec. I was let me finish my thought real quick. Yeah, I tried to stream earlier today. My daughter only napped for 15 minutes, though, so I had to cancel it. She started crying in the crib, so I hopped off and went and got her. That was a no-spoiler chat. Now, I'm assuming a lot of people have already seen it, and it's really difficult to talk about it without spoilers, so careful, guys. This is a spoiler stream. If you guys have not seen it, please steer clear. I do not want you to get spoiled on my account. But MDX Cruz, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Hi, Greedo. So I can honestly say The Mandalorian was the best thing produced for Star Wars franchise under Disney. I was blown away. Hope your wife and daughter are doing well, my friend. Well, I appreciate the sentiment there and the kind words. Yeah, well, you know, man, I'll have to see more before I agree with that statement, right? It's hard to judge both negatively and positively. Obviously, I love it as an individual episode. I thought it was fantastic, and you know, it might be one of my favorite things that I've seen under Star Wars when it comes to it being under the banner of Disney, just because it kind of caters exactly to what I think about when I close my eyes and think of Star Wars, right? I picture this kind of stuff. You know, the original trilogy, A New Hope, first quarter of that movie, the weirdness factor, the aliens, the cantina, the Wild West feeling of it, and this just encapsulates it and puts it into a nice 40-minute package, right? 40 times 8, I suppose, will be the final number. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to judge. It's hard for me to say. I really like oh man, that's really tough. I don't know if, I don't agree with it yet. I don't disagree with it yet. I'm going to have to wait and reserve my judgment until the final, the 8th chapter of this season debuts, and we'll see how it goes from there. But dude, I was blown away. I went into watching it with not, my expectations were pretty low. I thought it would be a fun show. I kept my expectations pretty subdued, just going in to have fun, and they were wildly exceeded. My expectations were. I liked every single thing about it. I sat back after I watched the first episode, and I was like, man, there's really nothing that I disliked. There's very subtle Easter eggs at the beginning of the episode here and there. You know, it mentions Life Day. There's certain things like that. little things that if you are vaguely familiar with some of the lore, you'll understand. And then they kind of they got rid of that in a way. They kind of got it all out of the way at the beginning, and then we're on an adventure. But dude, it was so much fun. But MDX, thank you so much, man. Everybody's doing well, and I appreciate the hell out of that support this evening, man. And Oliver Pingilly, thank you so much for the support as well. We can't see this in the UK until March. Steer clear of this stream, Oliver. I want you to stick around, but I do not want you to be spoiled on the account of the old Hello Greedo YouTube channel. But that's a big bummer. I haven't really looked into the reasons, and I don't know if the reasons are available or if there's kind of speculation as to why it's not like a global release. March is a long time. I mean, that's too long. Obviously, you're going to know everything about this damn show because it's going to be ending in December. So you're not going to be able to watch it until it's a lot of the global population has already seen it. It's kind of weird. I don't understand, like in this modern era of instant communication and just global entertainment, why something like Disney Plus and The Mandalorian isn't released worldwide at the same time. There's got to be some kind of legal reasons. There's got to be some kind of... I don't even know what kind of reasons there would be, but there's got to be something, because I can't imagine Disney putting out this streaming service and rejecting a whole lot of like instant revenue. Maybe it's just to test some servers that we saw didn't handle the load today very well, but obviously they have different servers for different regions, but I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know, man. It's stupid. I feel for you. I feel for you, but March, man, that really sucks. What choice do you have? I don't know. It really sucks. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oliver. And steer clear. Steer clear. I don't want you to get spoiled. It's going to be inevitable, though, right? It's going to be inevitable. Oh, yeah. So does that mean Yoda's species has a name? I really don't know. I mean, you know, obviously spoilers here, but if you guys saw the show, I don't want to. If you haven't seen the show, I don't want to spoil it. I put it in the title. Please steer clear. This is a spoiler chat. So, as we all know, there's a little baby Yoda. It's not Yoda, but it's a baby Yoda species baby that the bounty is for, that the Mandalorian has to go and recover. And does the species have a name now? I doubt it. I think it's going to probably remain still hidden in mystery. If the characters right now don't have a name for that species, for Yoda's species, I would assume that maybe that name of that species has been lost with time. I think that would be an interesting way to kind of think about the Yoda species, I guess. A long lost species that never really had a name. It's been lost with time, and hey, it doesn't need to be explained like everything else, right? But yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, the change. I'm going to be talking about that soon. I need to they yet again another change to the Han and Greedo confrontation in the cantina. I watched it on my own. I need to make a video about it, but I want to take my time with it. I like, it kind of bums me out because I don't really have the room or the capability right now to make a lot of weird ass parody videos that I used to. When I move into the new house, I definitely will be able to, but that's a month away, and I kind of want to talk about that change right now. It's weird, man. Why? Yet another unnecessary change. And you guys know, like, I'm cool with everything in Star Wars. You know, I accept it. Everybody's Star Wars is different. But the one thing that I have an issue with to this day are the special editions and the unnecessary changes. And it's not that I don't want them to exist. That's fine. You know, whatever. Cool. If somebody likes those versions, awesome. But also give me an unaltered version, right? Also give me an unaltered version I can watch in HD. I just want that choice, but weird. Is the change on Disney Plus? Yep, Christian, it is on Disney Plus. Yeah, they added a Tan. They added a line of dialogue from Greedo instead of like, "Yes, I bet you have," and then blasting. It's, "Yeah, I bet you have," and then Greedo says something like, I watched it. He says Maca. He says something in Rodian, I guess, and then the scene cuts to where they shoot, and that was also altered. Now they shoot like at
when
the
I
exact
have a friend
same
who might
time.
be able to get me the show soon. Lol, but I had to watch you first. Spoiler review, as I value your opinion, so I will subscribe to Disney based on your review.
Nice. Oliver Pingilly, thank you so much once again for the super chat and channel support this evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. Oliver says, well, I have a quote-unquote friend who might be able to get me the show soon. LOL, but I had to watch your first spoiler review as I value your opinion, so I will subscribe to Disney based on your review. Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend watching the entire show, obviously, and if you want to wait till March and then subscribe, sure. I guess in March you'll also be getting Clone Wars Season 7. Clone Wars Season 7 is going to be coming out in February, I think. So, yeah, I was kind of scrolling through Disney Plus earlier today, very briefly, and I was just looking through the catalog of stuff, and being a dad and having an almost 2-year-old daughter is just going to kind of be perfect. I turned on Frozen today. She's a little too young to pay attention to that. She just kind of gets distracted and runs around the house. But no doubt in my mind that the $7 that Disney Plus costs will come in handy the older she gets, no question about it. But yeah, I was extremely positive with that first episode, and I can't wait to see where it goes. It ended on a fun cliffhanger. It ended with a ton of mystery, and it's one of the more, I don't know, this episode got me excited for Star Wars live action. Star Wars live action is still kind of like a weird concept to me, Live action Star Wars TV show is still a weird concept to me that I'm kind of having to wrap my head around because, spent our entire lives where it was just a big screen thing and some animation, right? Now we have live action TV. It's awesome, but it still feels weird. But anyway, Oliver, I hope you get your hands on it, man. I hope you enjoy it. It's fun as hell. And it's damn stupid that you guys can't see it over there across the pond. But yeah, I appreciate that support this evening. And Edgar Cortez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Edgar says, imagine if Cad Bane shows up in The Mandalorian. Is he dead? Well, who knows? Well, first of all, that's something, I don't know why, but I've always had the idea of characters, animation characters kind of staying in animation, video game characters staying in video games. You can cross those two sometimes a little bit, which is fine. But have we ever had an animation character? Have we ever had an animation character in Star Wars cross over into a movie or live action or something like that? I don't think so, right? And that's not something that I would necessarily... Well, okay, yeah, there you go. Boba Fett, I suppose. And Saw Gerrera, that's true. Yeah, Scream. Duh, what am I talking about? That's the best example in the history of this this discussion. That was done well. I guess that's a perfect example. Yeah. So you never know, I guess, but it's not a necessary thing for me. I kind of want The Mandalorian to not have to go back to characters that we're already familiar with, Edgar. What's interesting to me is when I was watching The Mandalorian, I had in my head the thought, oh no, are they talking about Boba Fett? And I'm curious if you guys had the same thought. Because when you know, the Mandalorian went, turned in his bounties, found out about this new bounty that he could go hunting after, met with Werner Herzog's character, gave him the fob, went to the location to where this bounty was last known, and we learn that the bounty is 50 years old, and he goes to a desert planet, and when he lands there and he's walking forward with the fob, you can see like what looks like a little dip in the and this is my stupid brain where it goes going, oh no, you can see like a little dip in the desert, and I thought we were gonna pan over to the Sarlacc pit and the Mandalorian was going to be looking for Boba Fett. When we found out he was 50 years old, the bounty, I was doing the math in my head. Okay, I guess that would work. And then I thought he was going to walk towards the Sarlacc pit and look in it as if that was the last known location. And I thought this was going to turn into like a big eye roll for me. And I was so damn glad that it didn't happen. Oh, I apologize for the music being too loud. I actually had something turned up where it shouldn't be from earlier today when I was recording stuff. It was kind of like, and I didn't want that to happen at all. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it didn't. You know, stop resurrecting characters. But yeah, like the idea of Cad Bane showing up doesn't really excite me, you know. I'm fine with a new show with an entirely new cast of characters that we're not familiar with, that we've never heard of, and I think that idea excites me more than anything else about The Mandalorian, because it's a lot of unpredictability there, a lot of characters that you don't know their motivations, their allegiance, and where they kind of stand with things. So anyway, I appreciate that, Edgar. And Oliver Pingilly, thank you so much once again for the super chat and channel support, man. I don't know if you meant to type a little message in there or if you want to be a silent supporter, but I appreciate it all the same, man. Thank you so much once again for the channel support tonight. Do you have any predictions for this season? Archerfold. I actually don't. Everything that I thought in my brain when I went to... Oh, one sec.
Contact the Mandalorian. I need him to find the unaltered version of the original trilogy. That would undoubtedly be the hardest bounty hunt of his life.
Oh, Christian, there is the idea for the video that I wanted. That just sparked my interest to make another changes video. Bounty for unaltered trilogy. Okay. Man. I don't know how the hell I'm going to make that, but that is going to be a part of an upcoming video for sure. But Christian, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Christian says, how does one contact the Mandalorian? I need him to find the unaltered version of the original trilogy. That would undoubtedly be the hardest bounty of his life. Yeah, it's a big bummer, right, Christian? I mean, obviously we have fan edits, and I appreciate those on a deep and almost philosophical level, right? Projects of passion, true testaments of everybody's just heart and soul poured into what they love. These fan edits, the despecialized edition, Adawan, all that stuff. But there's something about having an official release, a box set with all the legal jargon on it, right? Sitting on your shelf, in your Blu-ray collection, and your DVD collection, your VHS collection, and your Laserdisc collection. And it just feels complete, right? So, as much as everybody, I love the despecialized editions, right? I have them. That's usually what I watch, sometimes. But I as much as I like it, I just want the official release, you know. But I love that idea. You didn't intend for it when you sent that super chat and that channel support, man, and sent that message. But you sparked an idea in my head for a video, and I'm gonna play off of that. It'll probably be really dumb and shitty, but I'm gonna play off of it for sure. But yeah, the older I get, the more I talk about Star Wars and the more I do this, actually, Christian, the more pessimistic I become when it comes to eventually getting an HD version, 4K version, whatever version of the unaltered version of the OT. When Disney acquired the franchise, boom, I thought it was guaranteed. I thought we were going to get it, no question. Years later, it doesn't exist, and who knows if we'll ever get it. Maybe there was a handshake deal during the sale. Maybe they want to honor what Lucas kind of wanted and said when he was releasing the special edition. Who knows? But the older I get, it has nothing to do with age, but just the more I wait, the more Star Wars continues to come and we don't see it, the more pessimistic I am that we will ever see it, But anyway, Christian, I appreciate the hell out of that support tonight. And I guess I'll never say never, but it's getting pretty exhausting. John Williams, I wonder if we could get a Mandalorian series on 4K disc. There's really no question in my mind that we'll probably get some physical media of the Mandalorian. There's physical media for Rebels. There's physical media for Clone Wars. There's physical media for Resistance. There's a market. There's a consumer base for physical media. And people, especially with Star Wars fans, they like to collect the movies. How many times have we bought the trilogy, the original trilogy, over the years on Laserdisc and VHSs, multiple VHS box sets, multiple DVDs. That's how it goes. But yeah, there's no question in my mind that we will eventually get. I don't know about 4K. I would assume it makes sense. I believe it's streaming in 4K. I watched it on my parents' 1080p TV, but yeah, no question about it. Levi Gutierrez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Yoda's son confirmed, or daughter, but I don't think it's going to be related. I think that would. I don't know. That'd be kind of. I don't know. I don't. What is frog? Is Yoda like some of those frogs that can reproduce with themselves? Is that what he is? No, I hope it's not. I hope it's just almost like Children of Men, right? A child of this species, this long lost species, and maybe I don't know. Does it even need to be explained? I don't think so. Not everything needs to be explained. Not everything needs to, continuously go, well, then what happened before that? And what happened before that? What happened before that? Everything needs a starting point, and this is a fun starting point to kind of have this mysterious baby be a bounty. I don't know. It'd be very interesting. What's really interesting to me is, what if the Mandalorian slaughtered this entire village or this entire encampment, and those people that were guarding the encampment were actually like trying to protect this kid, and he just ruined, you know what I mean? The Mandalorian just ruined the protection that this baby had. It would be, so he was there to do a job. He thought he was doing potentially, he didn't know who he was hunting, and ends up just slaughtering all of this kid's protectors, But no, I would be very surprised if it was Yoda's son. I think that would be kind of goofy. It's not something that I would necessarily want. Just right on the offset, like Yoda has a kid, okay. But I like the idea of it being just another one of Yoda's species, and I think that's an interesting idea, something different, But we shall see. We shall see. So the baby was born a few years before the Phantom Menace. I guess that makes sense in the timeline of things. Yeah. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. So, Vince Wynn, Loved Mando also. Bought my dad an Apple TV and we watched the Robin Hood cartoon on Disney Plus together.
Could you imagine Disney haters freak out if they released the unaltered version and Lucas is upset about it? Lot love the first episode. Can't wait to see how Baby Yoda stories play out.
Brandon Gray, thank you so much, man. Give me one sec. But Vince says, loved Mando also. Bought my dad an Apple TV and we watched the Robin Hood cartoon on Disney Plus together. Like when I was a kid, Disney Plus is a great thing. Vince also says, all Star Wars usually has some element of the Force in it. Could the baby be Force sensitive? Maybe that's the thing with Yoda's species. They're gifted. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what a lot of people have always assumed. I don't know if there was any legend stuff about that. I know Yoda's species has always been pretty mysterious, purposefully so. It's not an accident that Yoda's species is not named. It's not an accident that Yoda's species, is very mysterious in all of canon. It was a decision, but it's kind of interesting that they're going that direction with it. Something that's mysterious and a little unknown is getting poked and prodded now, and we might learn a little bit more about it. So is Yoda's species Force sensitive? Who knows? Could this baby be Force sensitive? Who knows? Or it could just be a baby, and the Mandalorian doesn't even know the significance of it, right? What if we all know the significance? Oh, it's Yoda's species. The Mandalorian, what if he doesn't? It's just a baby to him, and he's not familiar with this species. It's just another species in the galaxy. You know what I mean? It could be the case. It'd be kind of interesting, but who knows? But that's have I ever seen Robin Hood cartoon? Robin Hood cartoon. 1973. Oh, of course I've seen this. Yeah. Definitely. Wow, I haven't seen these pictures these frames in a long time. That's cool, man. Be able to share that with your dad. I don't think it's been so long since I've seen that, not since I was a kid. I don't really remember it too much, but I definitely, no question about it, that I saw it. But what an awesome gift, Vince. An Apple TV for your dad's birthday, with the sole intention of showing him a bunch of Disney Plus stuff. Not just, that wasn't the sole intention. But that's a pretty badass gift to your dad. That's really cool, and I'm glad you got to share that. Yeah, Disney Plus is pretty neat. I haven't really dove too deep into it yet. When I was playing with my daughter in the living room earlier today, I was just kind of like scrolling through. I would pop on a few things, see if she was interested in it. So I saw a few things. I didn't go to the originals tab. I saw just stuff that was basically on the home page, and I'm pretty excited to kind of dive into what's all on there. But yeah. Anyway, Vince, I appreciate that, man. Anything's on the table. We shall see. Oh, it was just for Disney Plus. Nice. Gather more information about that. I said it is a very rare species, and the doctor wants the baby to gather more information about the species. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. A little Goebbels action with that doctor, right? A little creepy, for sure. Brandon Gray 666, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Brandon Gray says, could you imagine the Disney haters freak out if they release the unaltered version and Lucas is upset about it? LOL. Love the first episode. Can't wait to see how baby quote-unquote Yoda stories play out. Yeah, that would be funny. It's like the one thing that in my entire Star Wars fandom, obviously I'm glad that the prequels exist. Obviously I'm glad that the Clone Wars exists, and everything under Star Wars exists, and people love certain aspects of it. Great. The one thing that I have an issue with is the special editions. And it's not even the special editions. It's the fact that I can't watch the unaltered versions on a modern, HD format. So, have them exist side by side. What's the big deal? I don't know. But would Lucas be upset about it? Probably. But it's like, I don't know. It's not geeky nitpicking, right? It's not It's not about who shot first. It's not about who shot first. It's about preserving the original format of a movie that changed the world. It's about preserving the 1977 version of a film that changed the way movies were made. That's what it's about. It's not about who shot first. It's a fun catchphrase to kind of further the discussion, but yeah. Yeah, the first episode was great. I don't know where it's going. It left off on a really mysterious and fun cliffhanger. Who the hell knows what it's gearing up towards? But I can't even predict where it's gonna go. I'm sure the Imperial Remnant is gonna be hunting for the Mandalorian and this baby. I'm sure that Doctor is gonna come into play somehow. Maybe the Mandalorian is literally going to be protecting this kid. And who knows, man? Who knows? Well, yeah. Anyway, Brandon, I appreciate the hell out of that extremely generous super chat this evening. And maybe one day, man. Maybe one day. Why change a Master? What if Metallica changed up something like Master of Puppets or Sandman? Well, the thing is, when they played it with the orchestra, it was awesome. But you can still listen to the original Master of Puppets or the original Enter Sandman. But it was awesome with the bells and whistles of the orchestra, Metallica S&M. Oh, guys, if you haven't heard that, it is awesome. I had that on VHS when they released that on VHS. It was a 2-part concert on VHS, a 2 VHS pack. Watch that. Oh, my God. It is so awesome. I hope IG-11 comes back. Now, I like that this character that I assumed was going to be like in lockstep with the Mandalorian. I thought they were going to be buddies. I thought they were going to be, he was going to be the Mandalorian's sidekick. I loved how that's at least what I thought. I don't know if that was kind of the general consensus. I don't know if a lot of people thought that, but watching the trailers, watching the two of them like walk through the door in the trailers and fighting together in the trailers, I assumed that they would be partners. And to have him just drop in the first episode was great. It kind of set things up. He was a fun character for sure. IG-11. Fun character. I loved the self-destruction gag, the running gag there. That made me chuckle quite a bit. But yeah. What if he reprograms him? I like the fact that he's gone. He doesn't like droids anyway. IG-11 was gonna kill a kid. It's very apparent throughout the episode that the Mandalorian is not a fan of droids. So I have a feeling he doesn't give a shit that IG-11's gone. Jaguars are moving to London. No, that's been a rumor for like 6 or 7 years now, man. Shad Khan said that's not happening, so. Vince went, it seemed like they were establishing a camaraderie in the previous scene, standard movie stuff, then he gets blown away. I loved it. That's what I liked about it, Standard camaraderie, standard movie stuff, as you said. Yeah. And then, boop. That was a really fun scene for sure. Tan Production says, I feel like this was one of the least kid-friendly Star Wars content we have got. Interesting. I didn't, there really wasn't anything crazy. It actually had a TV PG rating, I noticed. Not really, I guess, I don't know. Typical Star Wars violence, I suppose. Well, yeah. Tom Davis, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Tom says, they never said that was IG-11, did they? No, No. They never said IG-11. No. I know a lot of people, when the trailer just dropped, boom, everybody thought it was IG-88, and then I remember people talking, oh, IG-88's in the movie, IG-88's in the movie, and they were like, nope, it's IG-11, it's a different character. But no, the Mandalorian, nobody ever says IG-11 in the show. Just like a lot of Star Wars characters that appear on screen, their names are never said, right? And we later find out their names on Wikipedia. That's how it often goes. But no, they never said IG-11 in the show. Just he just said IG. I think he said IG unit or something like that. IG droid or something like that to get his attention. But no, he never said, and nobody ever said IG-11 in the show. But yeah. But anyway, I appreciate the hell out of that support this evening, Tom. And I hope you're having a fantastic day, man. It's good to see you. And MDX Cruz, once again, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. MDX Cruz says Yoda got a baby mama. That could be a lyric. I pray the scientist doesn't want the Yoda baby to harvest his midichlorian. If so, I'm jumping out of the window. God help us. Oh man. Bummer. Oh god, what if that is the case? MDX, like when there's ideas like that, you go, there's no way. But then in the back of your head, you're like, oh, maybe that's like so bad that I could see somebody bringing that idea up. What if? Hear me out. What if we had a scientist, and what if this scientist wanted to harvest midichlorians from this baby Yoda? Well, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, well, thank you. Well, he has a needle, and he sticks it in his arm, and he gets the midichlorians out, and he studies the Force, and he wants to clone the Force, and he wants to clone midichlorians, and he wants to inject midichlorians in his body so he's super powerful. That's a great idea. Oh, well, wonderful. No, I can't imagine. But maybe? No, I can't imagine. But maybe. Oh my god, that would be. I would join you out that window, man. I'm super. It's just my brain is speculating out of control with what that scene, and I can't even put a concrete thought together of where I think it's going and what I think this baby Yoda species creature, this baby is going to do, where it comes from. It's not. I don't even think it's that important where it comes from. Everything needs a starting place. Our characters don't know where it comes from, and that's, not everything needs to be explained. But I'm very curious where it's going. What's the motivation behind wanting this creature? Crazy. But MDX Cruz, I appreciate that, man. And if that's the case, I'm building a two-story house, so I got a pretty high up window. I'm just joking. But I appreciate that, man. And Captain Rex, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I appreciate that. Do you think Cad Bane will return? That's an autocorrect there. No, not in the Mandalorian. I don't think so. Will he return in the Clone Wars? I could see that happening, I suppose. But the Mandalorian, I don't think so. I don't think so. A lot of the times, it just wouldn't be necessary to me. I like the idea of the Mandalorian show being, a show about new characters, new experiences, characters that we're not familiar with. When we keep kind of bringing back old characters and putting them into new stuff, oftentimes it doesn't appeal to me that much. And the idea of Cad Bane coming back, as much as I like him in the Clone Wars, the idea of him being in this show really doesn't do anything for me. And aside from my personal opinion and the fact that I don't really want that to happen, I don't think it's going to happen. Could be wrong, but that would be a pretty damn... Cad Bane would be old, right? He'd be old as shit. Right? Let's say, how far... This takes place, what, like 10 years after? Help me do the math here. When does this take place? How far in advance, or how far after Return of the Jedi does this take place? Why do I want to say 15 years? 5 years. Is it 5 years after Return of the Jedi, Elliot? I know I looked this up after the last trailer. I can't remember. So it's about 5 years after Return of the Jedi. 5-6 years. Okay. All right. The consensus seems to be 5. So how old would Cad Bane be? Let's say he was in his 30s, and assuming that Cad Bane species live as long as humans. Who knows? All right. What am I thinking of? Okay, there we go. But Rex, I appreciate that, man. And Tom Davis, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Once again, IG droids are probably like clones, talk and look the same. Yeah, I would assume so. I'm not really familiar with IG droids. I don't really know where I've seen them other than IG-88. Has an IG unit... I'm going to look this up. That's a really good question. IG droids. I'm sure, there were a lot of appearances of them in Legends and stuff like that. So here we got a lot of Clone Wars stuff. I don't remember. Oh man, I have a bad memory. I've seen most of these episodes, if not all of these episodes. Yeah, I've definitely seen like Lair of Grievous, so I don't remember, but I barely remember. Let's see. Room of Galaxy, one of them was IG-88. Bosk and IG-90. So, alright. So there's been a bunch. IG-86, IG-88, IG-100, IG-RM, IG Lancer Droid. So yeah, I guess I don't remember hearing them speak in the Clone Wars. I really don't remember. Interesting. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I like I said, I don't remember hearing any of them speaking in the Clone Wars. I could be wrong. I have a bad memory, but that would make sense from a manufacturing standpoint, right? I guess if you think of your GPS or your phone voice, you can change, Siri to be various voices. Maybe there's some kind of programming like that. Or if you want to go the simple route, you just slap together a whole bunch of the same IG units with the same voice, the same programming. Cheap, efficient, quick. That makes sense. But yeah. But I appreciate that, Tom. That makes sense. And I'm sure the different, I guess we'll call them versions of IG units all have very subtle, different programming. But yeah. In Phantasmic Ears, Mr. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. I want to know who tasked IG to kill the young Yoda. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever find that out. Watch, I bet we'll get some IG-11 non-film material like a comic, right? That'll take us on an IG-11 adventure. But I'd be very curious too. What if it's the same crew? What if it's redundant? What if IG-11 was sent there by the same Werner Herzog character that we saw, just for redundancy, you know. Could be the case. They never tell each other who sent them, right? It's probably bounty hunter etiquette. But yeah, that's probably one of the more mysterious things about that sequence, about IG-11. Who also has the knowledge that this baby, this species, this creature is there? Who else has that knowledge? Because whoever else has the knowledge might come into play, and we might see some infighting, some factional splintering between the people who want to get, you know, there might be multiple crews, multiple people, multiple organizations going after this kid, and the Mandalorian might have to contend with all of them, you know, but who knows? But I appreciate that, Brandon. It's good to see you, man. I'm sure we'll find that out. Cad Bane about 63 by the time of the Mandalorian. All right, maybe we'll see old man Cad Bane. Cosmic Reader, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate that the main character not showing his face. He's like you guys would probably be friends. Dude, it's hilarious, Cosmic. But well, first of all, thank you so much for the support this evening, man. But as I was watching the episode, I was kind of watching how the camera focused on the Mandalorian's bucket, on his helmet, and how very subtle movements of his head or camera movements indicating, like, almost in the absence of expression, there's subtle helmet tilts and camera movement that kind of suffice for expressions, if that makes sense. And I was really noticing that and actually kind of comparing it to my dumb channel. How, you know, sometimes in the past with parody videos, I've done head movements and stuff like that to indicate, to suffice, to replace the lack of facial expression. So yeah, maybe we would be friends. Maybe me and the Mandalorian would be good buddies. But yeah, Cosmic, I hope we don't ever see the Mandalorian's face. I hope it's just like Judge Dredd, was it just called Dredd? I think it was just called Dredd, with Kyle Urban, right? Is that what it was called? Yeah, Dredd. Or Carl Urban. Did I say Kyle? I think I said Kyle. I kind of hope that's the case. I hope we never see his face. That would be awesome. Is it necessary? It's like we already know the actor. I don't know. Just kind of another fun thing for the show. And what would have been really neat is if they never revealed the actor. And it was just like that dumb singing contest called, what is that called? The Masked Singer? Is that what it's called? The Masked Singer? And everybody was just guessing who it was. But anyway, I'm sure he'll end up taking his helmet off at some point. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. Oh well. But I appreciate that, Cosmic. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you're having a fantastic week. And I think we would be friends. Do you think they will reveal Yoda's species? I hope they don't. Saint. No, I you know, obviously we're all just bullshitting here. And none of us know. But I personally don't think so. This is pure speculation. I doubt it. That's one of the things that has been shrouded in mystery forever in Star Wars. And that was deliberate. That was purposeful. And it's something that doesn't need to be explained. I think the only explanation that would be kind of neat is that it's just a lost species that, you know, nobody knows. They live for so long that they die out, and at a certain point, they stopped producing, let's just say, and Yoda lived for 900 years. I don't know. It's just an unnecessary explanation in Star Wars, Yoda's species. Not everything needs explained. Sometimes there's fun in mystery, damn it. Not everything needs a detailed Wikipedia entry. Mystery is useful for storytelling and intrigue. So, let's just say that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna work on a couple videos tonight, just for an hour. Actually, probably two. Well, yeah, just for an hour from 9 to 10. There's a show that my wife watches on Tuesdays, so that's when I'm gonna work on videos tonight. I'm trying to think what else. I have paperwork to sign for the new house tonight. Never ending. Writing up a game plan with everything we need to do within the next 30 days. All the things that we're going to need to turn on the day that we move in. There's a lot of shit. Anyway. What is Nightbot? It's just an automated moderator that sits in the chat. Can run contests. Can do random stuff. Alright. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'm just thinking of shit that I need to knock out in order tonight. So tonight I'll be working on a video where I just talk about the whole the baby scene. I kind of want to run my mouth about that, talk about that a little bit in video form, and then I'm also gonna start a video about that A New Hope change. And kind of discuss that a little bit. So, all right, everybody. I appreciate the hell out of everybody tuning in tonight. I hope you really enjoyed The Mandalorian as much as I did. I went in with relatively subdued expectations, and those were blown away. It left off on a really fun and intriguing and mysterious cliffhanger. And I think we're going to have a pretty fun ride for the next 2 months, right? But, all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me run down the list. That was an hour of a 30-minute live stream. I went over my 30-minute prediction. Cosmic Reader, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Phantasmic Ears, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Tom Davis, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Captain Rex, thank you for the super chat and channel support. MDX Cruz, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Tom Davis, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Brandon Gray 666, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Vince Wynn, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Levi Gutierrez, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Christian Raven, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Oliver Pingilly, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Edgar Cortez, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Cool. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya. Oh, Tony Mario Golden II, thank you so much for the silent support there, man. I hope you didn't jet already. The notification hasn't even played yet. But, dude, I appreciate the hell out of that silent support this evening. Once again, I hope you and everybody else enjoyed The Mandalorian. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, man. Tony, once again, thank you so much for supporting the Hello Greedo YouTube channel on this Tuesday, November 12th, 2019, 8:04 p.m. Thanks again, Tony. Have a good one, man.